Hey guys, before we get to this video, give me a hot second for Dollar Shave Club. You have almost certainly heard of them, and you've probably associated them with razors, blades, and shaving cream, right? Me too, except they just sent me their oral starter set, their shower starter set, and their shave starter set. So even if you're not like me, like I shave my whole face and head, right? So I go through a lot of blades, I go through a lot of shaving cream, which by the way, this 6-blade cartridge is a beast, and the metal handle with the rubber grippers is great because I use it in the shower so I don't drop it. That is very nice. But I love their shaving cream, I like their toothpaste and their toothbrush they just sent me, and I like their shower and bath products because honestly, they smell delightful. I'm not even gonna lie, they straight up smell delightful. You can get on the recurring plan and Dollar Shave Club will send you stuff every month or on your schedule to make sure you never run out, you're always looking good. And by the way, they keep the wheels on this train moving along. So hit the link in the description, get these $5 starter sets, try it out for yourself for $5. What is the risk? Very, very little, I say. And then they'll get you on a subscription so you never run out of stuff. Now, enjoy this video. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a chilly 42-degree morning in the Angeles Forest today. Welcome to the 2019 Acura NSX. And you go, hang on a minute, that looks pretty similar to what you drove back in 2017, that beautiful red NSX. And to be honest, a lot is the same, but they have made some tweaks, and frankly, I liked the NSX so much that it was totally worth revisiting. So here's what they did. Fundamentally, they took the most requested options from the first NSX and then put them in this car standard at no extra charge. That means premium audio, that means different colored trim, that's some body colored pieces. They got rid of the silver beak, that's now body colored. It makes it look quite a bit better. They added this blue leather, which I have a hard time believing this was the most requested thing, but here it is. They've also changed the suspension a little bit, reprogrammed the mag ride. They've reprogrammed the hybrid drive unit, as well as the ECU in the engine, although the power is the same. It's to change the response. There's different front and rear roll bars. We've got ceramic brakes. There is a new Continental tire that is exclusive to the NSX, and there is better bushings, and they've changed the programming of the TMU, that's the twin motor unit at the front. Still has 573 horsepower and 476 pounds of torque. 500 of that comes from the twin turbo V6 in the back, the mid back as it were. So that's pretty much what you get for 160. Now, I have been driving this car for a week. Today is my last day with it, sadly. Womp womp. And let's talk about how it drives in manual mode. We'll go into track, and we'll go for a drive. Those who saw my first video with this car, or even my second video, because I did a road and a track, will remember that I love this thing very much. It is a magical, brilliant package that combines a lot of the things I love about a lot of different cars. The view out of the cockpit, spectacular, reminiscent of an R8, reminiscent of a mid-engine Porsche a bit, reminiscent a little bit of the Ferraris, but unique in its own way. It combines comfort and usability in the city with crazy performance up here. Revs to 7,400, and it is extremely on the road, especially, you know, if you're doing the Nürburgring, you know, lap time comparison stuff, yeah, there are things that are a little quicker than this. But in terms of road speed, meaning the speed that a competent, not a racing driver, but a competent driver can carry down a road, this is bananas. Basically, remember when the Nissan GT-R came out and what a revelation that was because it would seemingly, quote, fix your driving? This car does that too, but it does it without giving you any real signals that it's doing it. You are all of a sudden magically just better at driving. I'm sorry about my keys. They're going in my pocket. It doesn't sound like much off throttle. It doesn't sound like much around town, but when you hammer down, it's got a beautiful kind of intake trumpeting noise that I really like. We'll go in the tunnel, and as you probably can hear, the gearbox is ludicrously fast. Uses that third electric motor to fill the torque, both from the turbos and from shifting. And so when you're on it, shifting is basically imperceptible from a G-force standpoint. The car's very forgiving. It's very easy to drive. The variable electric power steering is super direct. It's got a really nice weight. Lightens up beautifully when it's time to park. I don't know if I mentioned this. This thing is 3,800 pounds. So it is a bit on the heavier side for one of these super sports cars, but it carries that weight well. It carries it low in the chassis. It feels planted and balanced front to rear. It doesn't feel like a porky thing. And we're going to turn off in just a second. But in the meantime, just for a minute while we're stuck behind this guy, something about this seat, I don't remember if it's the same as the last one I drove, but I really wish the seat bottom would go another inch or two back and I could sit a little more upright. I feel like my ass isn't as low or far back as it needs to be, and my back is leaned a little too far back, and it creates a funny angle. And even though I fit in this car properly, it actually isn't the most comfortable for more than short drives. Also, I'll get off this topic soon, the door sill is crazy wide, so you have to really step over it. It's the opposite of the McLarens with their comically narrow sills. And what that means is, as I've learned, if the car is very dirty, your pants constantly rub against that lower sill, and it gets your pants dirty. It's kind of annoying, actually. I've never really considered a wide door sill until this car, because it was so dirty after a drive through Malibu. It kept marking up my pants. All right, now we're on the road with some room here. These Contis, the new tires, are not a bump up from those crazy Trofeo R's that I had last time. These replace the lower end tire, the base tire, that a lot of people were complaining about with the original 2017 car. So this is, in theory, a better tire. Frankly, I never drove the NSX with the original tire, but at road speeds, at cooler temperatures, I can't say I have issue with these. They're working good. I don't like the touchscreen system here, but it's got CarPlay now, which now has Waze integration and Google Maps integration, so that makes me happy. It means I don't have to deal with the actual Honda-ness of it too much. Some people have criticized the regular Acura-ness in the interior. I don't find that to be an issue at all. I think the climate control is simple and well put together, and window switches are simple and well put together, and everything is pretty simple and pretty well put together. I mean, the build quality of this seems on the level of an R8 or a 911 or something. The car is very, very tight. There's no squeaks or rattles. Built in America, built in Ohio. Very fast, very fun. You can catch just a hint of that turbo spool, just a hint. Stock mobbing. Oh, what a beautiful car. Can you see in the video how little I'm turning the wheel? The steering inputs are so direct, there's really very little steering input required to get the desired cornering. I do like the quiet mode, actually. You can go full electric for brief periods of time. You can't do any real driving like that, but when I left my house at 5:30 this morning and I was able to silently back it out of my garage and not make any noise until I got further up the road, I thought that was pretty cool. I was a little disappointed with the actual efficiency of it. This hybrid system is clearly a performance hybrid. It's designed to make the car go faster and handle better. It is not designed necessarily for fuel economy, and my city fuel economy was only 15.8 after 3 days in the car. That doesn't sound all that impressive, and you feel like, man, if this was like a 1992 NSX, I'd probably have better city fuel economy than that. But a 1992 NSX had 275 horsepower, not 575. All the changes they've made, the bushings, the suspension settings, the recalibration, and the tires are worth 2 seconds a lap around the Suzuka circuit in Japan, which is not a very long circuit. It's not like 2 seconds around the Nürburgring. 2 seconds at Suzuka is a lot for what are very minor tweaks to the car. Truth be told, it was 2 years ago when I drove the other car. I don't know what's different from, my ass can't tell me what's different. I would need a 17 and a 19 absolutely back to back. They haven't made it worse. I can tell you, they have not made it worse. It's firm, but I've been commuting in the city with it, and it's not punishing. I mean, the seating position has left me a little stiff, but the ride quality and the space. Oh, speaking of space, the trunk is small. It's in the back, not the front. In the front, it's just radiator and electric power steering, and then the front drive units. But is this snow? Is this snow or is this? Hang on. No, it's not snow, but what is that? It's like a powder of some kind. Or is that? No, that's frost. Oh, no, it's an emergency brake on it. Well, for frost or whatever. It's cool. We're going to end up here. The trunk is a little small and shaped a little oddly. And that meant I couldn't fit my dad's carry-on bag at the airport, leading to kind of an awkward thing. If I had to pick up my father and he had his luggage on his lap coming home, it was something I felt kind of bad about. And so that, compared to a 911 or a Ferrari 488, where I was able to fit a big bag in the frunk. There's no frunk here. There's just a little trunk in the back. So, 2019 NSX. Things that are great. They have not ruined how it drives at all. It still drives incredible. It's stupid fast. It's really fun. It's fun. I hope that came out in the video, that it is fun. And it's not too video gamey. You know, the car does a lot of calculating and assisting you while you're driving, but from here, it doesn't feel like that. It's not like a GTR where you can hear it clunking around and transferring power. Here it's much more seamless. It's able to overdrive that outside wheel and brake the inside front wheel simultaneously to really balance out and make that turn in really hard and really direct. You know, mid-engine cars tend to be a little pushy, and that doesn't exist in this car. So I think the improvements are good. I hope it helps them sell a lot of these, because 160 grand, you cannot buy a car brand new that looks better than this, that goes faster than this, that features this kind of technology for less money. You just can't. This is still, you know, 80 to 90% of what you get from a $1 million Porsche 918 for 160 grand. It's a fifth of the price, and it's probably 80 or 90% of the actual car. So thank you to Acura for letting me have this thing for a few days. It was absolutely a delight and a treat, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.